Hello, everyone. This is Luis Concepcion from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 13. As always, here's our disclosures. Understand this content is for educational purposes only, not providing any investment advice. Past performance does not guarantee future results or success, and all investments involve risk, including the loss of your original principal. Here's our agenda for the week. I'm going to cover the news, provide a market overview on the indices and where we're at. Earnings, we're dwindling down again before we start up in the next couple of weeks, and we're down to 299 companies reporting earnings. Here's our results for last week. We provided 16 zones, went 0-1 for stocks, 2-0 in options, and no entries were 12. Here's where the outlook looks for earnings this week. Be mindful that there's a lot of companies here that we will not trade just because of their price point. So all the zones that have not hit from previous weeks are still valid if those trades have not hit. I went ahead and updated week 12. The only trade that did not work was PDD, and we're at 20 and 13 on the year for stocks. And here's what our options look like. We had two trades that worked, and we are at 45 and 8 when it comes to our options trades this year. So moving into the news, this is what we're looking like. So it's going to be a light week on news. As you can see, Monday, we have nothing being affected. On Tuesday, pre-market, we got consumer confidence report. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, that's 30 minutes into the open. We got consumer confidence report. For those of you trading Australian dollar and Forex or futures, be mindful you got an event after the market. Moving on to the Wednesday, we got a Fed speaker speaking after the market closes, so it should be irrelevant intraday. However, this may affect the markets Thursday morning's opening. So be aware of that. On Thursday, we got unemployment claims and we got final GDP for the quarter, pre-market, and then we got pending home sales 30 minutes into the open and consumer sentiment. Thursday may be a volatile day because the market will be closed on Friday due to Good Friday. So for those of you trading options and you need to get out of trades, be mindful that Friday you're not going to be able to close your options trades. So close them early or get in a contract post Friday. And then Friday we got consumer price index, and and Powell is speaking in the morning. So for those of you who want to take advantage of that volatility, you're gonna have to trade the futures market because the stock market is scheduled to be closed. All right, moving into the chart, you can see this is the chart of the S&P 500. We had a heck of a week. Fed Powell decided not to raise interest rates, so we made an all-new time high. And we're retracting a little bit for the last 2 days of Thursday and Friday after we made that all-time high. So if we get a pullback, the first zone I have for you is 51.84 to 51.62. That's on a smaller time frame. And those of you who want to be more patient, the next zone I have for you is 50.91 to 50.54. Moving on to the NASDAQ. So for the NASDAQ, also made an all-time high. And there goes my zones. And the first zone I have for you is 17,495. For those of you a little bit more aggressive, just call it 17,500. We're to stop at 17,382, but understand there's an overlap there. So that zone starts at 17,359 to 17,121. No supply in the NASDAQ as of right now. Moving on to the Dow Jones, as you can see, the Dow Jones is a little bit weaker than the other two indices. Made an all-time high, tried to hit 400. It failed to do so, and we turned around pretty sharply on Friday. That first zone I have for you is 386.12 to 383.36. Be cognizant that this level has worked multiple times. So for my conservative individuals, you can wait for the 380 to 377. Moving on to the rut. It's still in a rut. Our zones have been the same, I feel like, for the whole year, since December 27th. So that first supply zone I got for you is 2067 to 2138. It has not changed all year. And you can see this level has been holding. And on the demand side, we still haven't been able to manage to get there, but that zone is 1887 to 1847. Moving into earnings for this week, I'm going to start with SMTI. So There goes my zones. SMTI for the supply zone, I got 44.59 to 46.46. And on demand side, I got 29.48 to 28.05. Next company I'm covering is McCormick. So on the demand side, you got 61.86 to 59.11. And on the supply side, 74.07 to 76.12. Next company I have, SNX. On the supply side, 109 to 111.58. And on the demand side, 99.83 to 96.92. Next company is ESLT, Epic Systems. As you can see, this level is already holding. So in the event of an overshoot on the demand side, we got 192.17 to 188.40. And on the supply side, 230.11 to 234.31. Next company I got for you is Progress. And on the demand side, you got 47.62 to 45.84. And on the supply side, 60.75 to 62.34. Next company I got for you is Carnival Cruise Lines. And on the demand side, we got 14.73 to 13.86. On the supply side, we got 19.77 to 23.74. Next company I got for you is Paychex. On the demand side, I got 115.03 to 113.65. And on the supply side, 127.03 to 129.67. Last company I have for you. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the last company. RH. On the demand side, 237.82 to 226.62. And on the supply side, 366.27 and 389.25. Next company is Jeff. On the supply side, we got 52.05 to 56.76. And on the demand side, 36.93 to 36.09. And the last company I have for you now is going to be Walgreens. Walgreens been taking a hit this year because they stopped their dividend payment because they couldn't afford it no more, and they got kicked out of the Dow. So be mindful that this company, as you can see, is very weak. However, on the demand side, you got 2013 to 1966. And on the supply side, you got 26.06 to 27.07. That's going to do it for us for the charts this week. As always, here's my contact information. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to email me if you want me to cover anything additional. Feel free to check out my website and see when I got upcoming courses. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the bottom right. Until next time, happy trading and have a plan.